Happy release day! Woo!
Oh,
Put out an album.
it's in the world now. In the world.
That's right. It is contacting more people than we are. It is in more homes than we can go into.
If you guys are out there and you've listened to it, let us know how you like it. I mean, we don't know how good it is. I mean, we kind of, but
It's so weird for me telling people like that, you know, the album releases and then they listen to it and they're like, "Hey, that's a great album," and we're like, "Yeah, I knew that like 5 months ago," but okay, all right, you just heard it just now, but of course they did because today is release day.
And so yeah, we've been sitting on some of these tracks, just like I can't wait till that's out in the world, and now they are. And everybody's just getting a chance to start getting acquainted. I'd love to do another stream like in a few weeks and like really talk about the album.
yeah,
I'm familiar with the tracks.
we could talk about a couple tonight. I mean, why not?
Yeah, no, let's do it tonight. Let's talk about it tonight and then also come back.
You know what? While we're vibing on it, why don't we go ahead and listen to a track? Is it too soon?
It's way too soon. Nobody's on yet.
Oh, all right.
It's like 9:03.
Well, they're missing out. This is our party.
Oh, they are.
I'm still kind of tripping. Still kind of like, huh. Album drop today.
Yep.
That's a good feeling. We've got two Dolios. What's going on?
Two Dolios is always better than one.
It's true.
Got your Martian clone. Your Martian clone come back. And took over. Oh, boy. Nah, man, like, it's funny. I've been talking to people online about that. Like, yo, this John slaps. Like, what's happening? What's going on? And I'm like, wondering, like, what it was, which one it was that really got on. I really want to sit down with you. What are you thinking?
Yeah, maybe we should just interview a fan at some point and be like, what did this album do to you?
I think
we should make a toast.
Oh, whoa! I need to go get that.
yeah, hold on.
Wait.
So, yo, this is what I wanted to ask before we went live, and I'm asking it live now.
Oh.
I am making a casserole with a sort of like Korean flavoring with marjoram leaves, gotta red pepper, and I'm trying to figure out like what sort of a lot of coriander too. What wine would go good with that?
What are you using? What protein are you using?
I've just got ground beef.
I would go with like a sriracha.
Preferably something in a box. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, for my reds, I don't really go. I like reds. I like the kind of buttery.
box. Like, I'm 2 steps ahead of you, my friend.
Or Shiraz, something like that.
Michelle on Twitter, Michelle on Twitch says the audio is low.
Oh, let me turn it up. Is this better? Let me make sure the mic is actually coming from the
I
mic.
think she probably means in general, so that might be on the OBS end.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I forgot that we have chat, so let me get on those.
Yep, we got some amazing people in the house chatting it up on the Twitch stream.
Are we also on YouTube?
Oh, hold up.
YouTube and Facebook.
What?
Yeah, Beth on Facebook said, Fred, maybe a Shiraz.
Yeah.
All right, I got something. This actually.
Sleeves, are you able to run a monitor just to? Yeah.
Rock.
Sorry, you can't hear me. I'm on it.
Cool.
That's why my microphone is off.
All right. Is it good or?
Raise overall volume by 40%. All right.
Jam Bell, what Jam Bell's in the house?
40%.
Yo, what's up, Jay?
That's a lot of percent.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Farrow. Really don't.
That's all right. I got the Shiraz going. I'm just gonna go with this.
Honestly, I want to get the guy from Americana Highways. I want that dude with us all the time because
Hold on.
we changed that dude's whole existence.
Yeah, he liked us a little bit, and is
His
ready
whole
to
world is
declare us
different right now.
America's
Okay.
band.
Hold on.
Have we met
We
yet?
are America's
Oh, hold
band.
on, hold on.
Woo-hoo!
Okay, I should have just fixed it just now. If
We should totally
if
cover
I'm-
American Band at
if I'm
some point.
right.
I'm all right with that.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Yeah,
I
that
got
was
it.
now that I think about it, that was
I got
a
it. Y'all were coming through
awesome
my mic.
review. Like I got misty eyed reading that review over breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Real
that was
quick.
something.
Sorry, is everybody getting the sound now or no? On the
Did it get
stream.
better?
I mean.
I get the
Gotcha.
sound.
Not
I
you.
got
Do they get the sound?
Not
Yeah.
you.
Stream going out. Let's
All
see
right,
if
good.
Okay, Shell Shot says good now, yes.
All right, say all the stuff before
Hey.
about the wine in the box and the stuff. Say
Or-
it all again. Start over. Go from the top. Hello, Gangstagrass album release. Woo!
Yeah.
Wine.
Yeah.
Wow.
box. Ground beef.
Yeah, this is what I'm drinking right now. Rake's Point
Nice.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah, I got too many internally routed audio sources.
Pellegrino.
So sorry about that,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. So I say we all raise a glass.
Wait, I don't have a glass.
Wait, somebody's getting a glass, or a can, whatever beverage receptacle you may have.
Raise a receptacle.
Ah.
Okay with that.
I got a little hobo cup.
Thank you, Lillian.
Oh, wow. This is too deep. I poured too deep a glass. Okay.
Hey, no such thing.
Oh no! Whatever am I going to do?
This is a Shiraz Tempranillo Grenache from McLarenvale.
Ooh.
That's a lot of work.
What el toro castrado?
Sí.
Wow.
Check out La Pintura.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
El dibujo. Yeah, it's.
Not a fan.
It is, yeah, that is a bull that has been castrated, is what the title infers, and what the picture also shows. El
That's
toro
terrible.
castrado. What that will do is cause the bull to become rather corpulent.
Cause the what to what? What did I
Really?
miss?
Is that interesting?
I feel like I
Well-
wish I had missed whatever I didn't miss.
What it means is that the bull, the calories that the bull would have burned in pursuit of mating, don't get burned, so therefore he gets more marbly.
Oh.
They also do that to chickens, not chickens, to roosters. It is called a capon.
Ah, so a capon is just a fat chicken.
Well, a fat rooster, a castrated fat rooster.
I'm gonna start calling people that.
Oh.
Yo,
Yeah,
yo,
actually,
capon.
I had a song I never released that I had a line that said that you ain't the cock of the walk, you a capon.
That's pretty dope, actually.
And then I rhymed it with cape on, as in
I was just thinking
wearing
you
a
could do
cape.
that.
Oh,
I like
you got to
that.
write what you know. Got to write
Yeah.
what you know.
Yep. All right, I have one.
Right. All right, everybody. Congratulations on a successful album release.
Indeed.
We've been wanting to share this music with you guys ever since we recorded it. Well, ever since we started writing it, but it had been in the can awaiting release for a while, and we are happy to finally put it into your hands and ears
Yeah,
and hearts, hopefully.
for real.
Yeah. We really-
NTFE.
NTFE.
Yeffy,
Cheers.
cheers. Clink, clink, clank, clink,
Yeah.
clink.
Mine doesn't clink. It does like a thud.
Oh,
This is a you can't really
The
see it.
official-
It's
The
a silly
official
pint.
Gangstagrass, pint there.
Man, shout out to our merch, by the way. We haven't really been selling a lot of merch this year, but how many of these silicone pint glasses would you say we have in reserve right now?
Not many.
Yeah, the-
Mm.
I got a little box at a time, and I think we're down to just a few on the web store.
Oh.
The first time I saw one of those, all I knew was that we had gotten cups and I was super excited. And, it was just like the one, I mean, look at that. That looks like a real frosted pint glass. And, I'm setting up the merch table and Wrench comes over and like pops it down and I accidentally knock it off the merch table and it goes flying. And I was just like, it bounced.
It bounced off the floor.
It's
boing.
indestructible. You can put it in the dishwasher. You could throw it in the washing machine if you felt like doing something wacky like that. I believe it's microwave safe. It's microwave safe. It's you can do.
Yeah. I microwave. I use mine all the time in the microwave when I heat up coffee.
Do you really?
Yeah. Yep. Yes, indeed.
Also really strong emotionally. So, if you're having a someone that's going to, always be there to lift you up.
You talk smack about it.
You'd be like, Tumblr, you really get me.
Aw.
Oh,
Nice.
thanks a lot, Robert. We appreciate it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Ride With You is a great. There's Ride With You turns out to be the most divisive song on the album.
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Beth,
Yeah.
they do castrate roosters, but before they become full grown, which is even crazier.
What? What's happening?
Sorry. Sorry. I'm just answering questions in the Facebook chat there.
Why?
Cheers, Jan. I see you out there.
Yeah, man.
Flash ROK.
Yeah, we might even talk about doing a little live, doing a little pre-recorded set for the Brooklyn Americana Festival. They're gonna. I think Jan's gonna put that together to be virtual this year.
Nice.
Okay. Show some love to the BK peeps.
Yeah.
Why not?
So why is Ride With You so divisive? Because Ride With You, I think, is my favorite track on all this.
Wait, who said it was divisive?
Well, here's the thing: is that Ride With You is a pop banger. It's got a hook. It's slick. It sounds like money. It's just good, feel good, poppy goodness. And that's not what some people are looking for if they want gritty old timey folky stuff. So it's it's going to one side of the spectrum for us.
Oh man, I thought it was a good in between of a lot of different elements. Oh man, I love that tune.
Yeah, I love it too. I like it. I like the feeling of it. To me, it was an emotion.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love it too. I'm totally proud of it. It's not the track that No Depression is gonna like.
I hear you.
Yeah, well.
That's right. And it's probably also not going to be the one that Hip Hop DX is going to go for. Although I suspect they're going to like it more than No Depression did.
I don't know. The bars are
Yeah.
no slouch.
The bars are murderous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are. That's true.
I can't wait for someone to be talking about hard times come again no more.
Oh my God!
Somebody
dude,
was
did you
talking.
read that
No
research?
Depression loved that. No
Yeah,
Depression loved hard.
the
Hard
best
Times was
moment-
right up there.
The best moment in the whole album, and I agree with this. Randy's line
doing,
right at the
Kathleen?
end of his verse.
Yeah,
that
but
is
it's
that
still,
is the single
still
moment.
going on.
That is the green
Still
grass of
happening.
home verse. That is so good. You know what I mean by that, right?
Yeah, when
I
he's
do.
The end of the
Vaguely.
song.
Vaguely.
Yeah. Oh
He's
my
just-
God, they love that song. Also, props to Kaya Cater, which I am so happy that we finally got her on something.
Oh yeah, because her voice is like hot,
And banjo.
hot
And
melted
banjo.
butter. It's like right
Yeah.
into the ears.
Like coconut oil. It's coconut oil.
Oh yeah, excuse me. It is sweet and silky.
It's just so good. It's so good.
And we've been crossing paths with Kaya for a long time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, since Toronto, was it 2012? Was that? It was it
I think it was
Toronto.
2013.
2013 Toronto or
Yeah.
Montreal?
Yeah, 2013 Toronto. Yeah.
Toronto, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it out there. Favorite song?
Song of the album? What are you trying to make us do, man?
Well,
Pick
while
our
we think
favorite
about
child.
that, while
It's
we
like
think
picking a
about that-
favorite child. I can do that easily because I only got one kid, but yeah, no, I can't call it.
Ride With You, my favorite. I'll say it.
Oh,
But
is up there.
the rest
Yeah, I love Ride With You. It depends on the day. Depends on the day.
It's definitely a song that makes me feel good and ready to get out there. But I don't know, swagger wise, I think I love every song for a different reason. But I think for swag, I would have to say What I Am.
That's my joint.
Mostly because
That's the ones for me,
I-
dude. I just
yeah,
love the way
yo.
you start that record. I'm like,
fire breathing
bonkers.
thunderclap. I was like, yo.
bonkers. Cuz.
I know lumberjack.
Love that,
Lumberjack.
dude.
I like the lumberjack.
so
coming
that's
What
your,
is that?
your
Act-
favorite of your
I
own
want-
verse.
I want Dolio dressed as a lumberjack for a show at some point.
Yo, it's funny. It's like if you had caught me in like mid '90s You would have caught Dolio in the
flanneled out.
with the you remember the blue and white stripe like train engineer lumberjack slash.
Yes, man.
I used to have that with the cap. I used to rock that with a hoodie.
Flanneled out with a pair of boots. Come on now,
a pair of black Timbs and some
all day, son.
All day.
Dude, that's the move. I love the way that verse starts.
I've seen cats wearing that outfit.
That's my joint.
By the way, Jan Bell says that we rocked Toronto in 2013. She was there. She was in the building.
Yo, yeah, that was our first. Yo, that wasn't our first time though.
Yeah, but you know what happened at that one? That's when Jan Bell introduced me to Tina Lama.
Who is a very funky individual.
Bass player.
Yo.
Most of the bass parts on the new album are Tina Lama.
Yo, she gets down to the deepest, dirtiest crust of the funk when she gets on that bass.
Yeah.
Yep. And the only reason that we don't have her on all the bass parts on the album would be that a few of the bass parts on the album were done by our own Brian Farrow, who is himself an excellent bass player. And one of the people on YouTube actually was just asking who the new member is. So I mean, and it might be a good time,
2 years.
especially. And I'm thinking about this because like when I joined the band, you know, I think I recorded an album pretty early on, but seeing as this is his first album with the band, I think maybe now is a good time for us to introduce on the fiddle and bass and vocals Brian Farrow, everybody.
Brian Farrow.
Brian Farrow, the newest member of the band.
Uh-huh.
I'm Brian.
Over there.
I don't know what else to say after that. I've been like just talking with you guys the whole time. So, you know, I'm a guy. I play fiddle. I played a little bit of bass on this stuff. Yeah, that's me. And I do some other things, and you'll find out. Welcome to the journey. It's a journey for me too. It's beautiful, isn't it? I hope you love the album. That's all I got to say.
And this touches on a couple things because I know in terms of favorite tracks on the album, Dan has a soft spot for Do Better.
I was going to say it.
That was one where Brian brought us basically the bass line and kind of a rhythm and a bass line to start off with when we were doing a Kick the Can on our Twitch stream.
Yeah. Has everybody seen that, by the way? These Kick the Cans. It was really cool. We all basically take turns, and each of us is doing their own night. I think at this point we were still doing it like every day of the week almost. So it would be within a single week. Like somebody would do it Monday, somebody would do it Tuesday, and it was really quick the way that it came together. So like Brian started off with. Did you have a bass part and a fiddle part immediately?
No, it was a tune that I really like called, I think, The Second Time Around by Shalimar. And I really
Second time around.
Yeah. I love that.
That's my joint, man. Nice. All right.
I just took
okay
and put it in different ways. So if you really listen to both of the rhythms of the bass line of that song and Do Better, it's the same rhythm, different.
Yeah, it's, now that you say it, now that you mention it, I can see it now. I hear it's not the same tune, but it is similar rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Nice one. Very nice one.
It's just enough influence that we don't get sued.
Yeah. We got to draw it from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So we all kicked it around, and we took that bass part, and maybe I went second, added some banjo to it. Wrench added some beats, and I think guitar. Yeah. We added the verses, and we just did it all sequentially like that. And it's just such a, to me, since you mentioned it, it is generally my favorite song on the album. It's one I keep coming back to. And part of it is, I guess it's because it is kind of unique in that way. Like, we created it in such a new way that we would never have done that had not all this stuff happened.
Yeah, right.
And Farrow is such a founding contribution in that track that, like, we wouldn't have done it without him. And we have one of our best features. All the features are the best, but we have Randall Wyatt on there, and I just love his verse.
I love
Randall
Wyatt.
All of those verses, all the verses on that track are some of my favorite verses in the whole album. The hook is one of my favorite hooks.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
also think it's one. I also think it's the only song that was written during quarantine.
Written, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everything else was written before all of this stuff happened. So like, it wasn't like we were reacting to the stuff that was going on. We were, our stuff was reacting to stuff that was going on, but it was stuff that happened before everything got locked down.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Randall's verse has hyper specific references about like, hold your laughter unless you have a really funny meme about this whole disaster. And then he ends it with don't hoard your resources if you're one of the fortunate, which, again is like it's relevant all the time, but especially right now. Like there's a lot of he talks about working remotely and this is the album for now, and that is one of the tracks that just really makes it present.
By the way,
no, I think Demeanor's verse also was written.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he slapped.
Mine
that.
wasn't, but Demeanor's definitely was written during the quarantine.
From Go You 100, yeah.
Yeah, for Go 100.
Can we talk for a second about what Rand is doing right now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Rand is doing big stuff in Portland.
he is doing work.
big
Doing
stuff.
the
He started
work.
a nonprofit, and he's running it, and he's just fixing people's houses, and it's amazing. I'm so proud of that dude. I don't know what to do. Man.
And he just started doing this, right? He created the organization. I'm sure he's been doing stuff along those lines. But, like, this is a major move for him to be making right now in Portland, right? Like, what a place where, like, sort of the nation is focused a lot of attention on, not on people doing stuff like what he's doing, but they should be.
In
because
general. They're stealing mailboxes now in Portland. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, truck full of mailboxes.
Doesn't matter. They're not getting mail anyway.
Jacking mailboxes. They're like, no, you don't need these.
No, but Rand is great. He's got an
They're
organization
going to be souvenirs.
called Taking Ownership PDX, and that's what it's about, right? It's not just fixing up houses; it's fixing up houses to basically like encourage and empower home ownership with the residents, the people that live there, and that's a really powerful thing.
Yeah, and it's really. I was talking when I was there. I got a chance to talk with him a little bit because during this whole pandemic, I got stuck in Portland for a little bit, and
a little bit.
That's how we ended up with Randall Wyatt on that track. Right?
Yeah.
In fact, let's just say I was there to get that track. Whatever.
Yes. Fine. We'll call it that.
It was all part of our dastardly plan.
All part of my plan.
Mm-hmm.
Nicely done, Skeletor.
All right.
And we ended up we ended up talking about like just nonprofits we had been involved in, and at that time he was feeling like he was gonna do something new soon, and it's great to see that come to fruition, especially since he's on a track called Do Better, and now he's doing it.
Oh, he's doing better.
Yeah, I mean
He's doing better.
He's doing the work. I mean, because one of the things that spurs gentrification in the first place is deterioration of communities.
Yeah.
And by helping and empowering people to maintain their homes and make them habitable, they don't feel the desperation to get out of the neighborhood.
Yeah. So in that way, like maintaining homes is a revolutionary act, which is that's so disgusting to say, but it's true.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because usually you can tell when a neighborhood is about to get gobbled up when you start seeing those signs. We buy homes for cash.
Mm-hmm.
Means we will give you pennies for this thing that you spend all your money on.
Yeah.
So we got to have Randall Wyatt on our stream one of these Friday nights.
Yeah.
Special guest.
Yeah, we need to do that. I was just thinking about how are we going to do that song live, because I was thinking about his verse and then I don't know. I mean, one of us could learn it. Like I could learn it, but just listening to it, it's so personal. Like it's so him. Like he is so about what he's talking about, and he's talking about things that he's about. You can't just like bite that. You can't steal it because it's his signature all over.
Would it be wrong for me to say this now and not in an open forum in front of people? Because now that I think about it, this, you know, Zoom age right now, where everything we're doing is remote, and the fact that we are streaming these performances, this might be the first opportunity we have to do live performances with everybody we have features with, without actually being on tour in the cities that they're in. Because, you know, every time we are in Portland, we are going to rock out with Randall. That's just a thing that happens.
Of course.
That's a great.
Now, no matter where we are, we can still rock with Randall. We could do something with Demeanor if we wanted to. Hell, we could holler at Kaya and have her jump on some stuff.
It's a good point, man.
In a live tip.
So you have spoken, so shall it be.
Yep.
Cool. To quote Nick Nolte in The Mandalorian, I have spoken.
I need to watch this show.
And
Yes.
the website for taking ownership PDX has been posted in the comments.
Yes.
Nice.
So, if you want to see some positive stuff happening in Portland, check that out.
That's right. Oh yeah, we got a shout out from Filippi.
Yeah.
sounds
We've
like some
lost
good
lots
news.
of amazing
Yeah,
venues.
I didn't know that we lost Wanderlust and are not going to be able to get back there.
Yeah.
Wait,
It's,
what?
yeah.
You know, the Wanderlust Cafe in Philippi is no
That's
longer-
a sad loss.
Oh,
I love that spot. It's a great spot.
It was a very
Here,
positive
here.
spot.
Good vibes, good people.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Good
man.
town. Oh my gosh, I just remembered that spot we went to eat on our way down there.
In Philippi?
On our way there, we stopped at that place. What was it? The town that was like under constant threat of flooding.
We're not. Was it a place we only went once, or a place we've gone a bunch of times?
It was a place we went once.
Okay.
Oh my god, man. You're making me look at the map now, and I'm going to get all sad.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that.
My map is covered. I don't know about you guys, but my map is covered with stars
Yeah.
of just places I've been. And
Yeah, I can't even show you the map because I have this big green screen here. So behind this green screen, hold on. Behind this green screen here is a world map, and upon that map, I put stars. I put these little, stickers for places we want to go, places we have gone.
You have a physical map. Mine is digital, so I could actually put it on the green screen.
Oh
You can
yeah,
see
cool. I have a physical map that covers this wall, and I just put the little dots all over it. But thanks to this life that we lead, I've been able to put a lot of dots on that map.
Okay, now memory here. Where were we coming from when we went to Philippines?
I'm trying to remember. I can't remember now. I might be.
Hang on. I think I can get this one.
Yes, logistics.
Sorry. All of my like geographical landmarks. Sometimes I don't exactly remember what the town was. I just remember what we ate.
Yeah, right. That's just how it works out.
I remember I ate fried oysters.
Philippines was. I don't even remember what state Philippines was in.
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Okay, so then that place was
Philippine, West Virginia.
that the place that was right.
Remember we
across-
parked right next to the river. Well, right next to the train tracks, which were adjacent to the river.
Wait, that's not where we went on that cool walk and like took a video of that rail bridge, is it?
Maybe.
Philippi might have been
No,
where
that was
No.
the rail
Yeah,
bridge.
I felt
was
like that
in-
was further west.
Yeah, that
That
was
was-
further west. That was like near St. Louis or something.
Wait, the
I thought that was up in
bridge.
New Hampshire.
What was it?
Wasn't that rail bridge up in New Hampshire, right by the hotel we stayed at?
I was remembering the rail bridge during the All for One shoot, which was
That was a
years
different
ago.
rail bridge. We've seen a lot of rail bridges.
Two bad rail bridges.
But
Say we were traveling from America to America.
Yeah, right.
That would be such a terrible story. Remember that rail bridge? Mm,
No. You mean
Anyway,
the one? You mean by
Okay,
the one by
so
the
we
barbecue
were-
place? Yes. Okay.
The one
Right.
by the barbecue place.
Yeah.
We were
Barbecue.
coming from New York, and we were going to Canton, Ohio. And it was
right.
that was my birthday.
Hey.
That's right. That was my birthday in 2019.
When was your birthday in 2018?
Totally different day. And in 2017, I didn't even have one. Just
Wow.
yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we were. It was
Daylight savings time.
yeah. Oh, actually, okay. Wait. So we were not coming from New York because we stayed at Dan's parents' house the night before.
All right.
Right.
So Brian Conan, I don't want to brutalize your name. Conunchuk.
Unchuck, KO. What up,
He
homie?
says, "Come to State College, PA."
Listen to me. Listen to me very carefully.
Yo,
That dude, that is my ace. That's my ace. I haven't seen him in a very long time. We've been friends since 91. I love that dude. I love
You don't
that
know-
man. My dear friend.
you know how much trouble I used to get into in State College, Pennsylvania.
Bruh.
Are you allowed back? That's the important question.
Yes, I'm allowed back.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, it was the good kind of trouble when I say trouble. But the important thing is it's State College, Pennsylvania is where I met this joker.
Yep. Yes, indeed. We met outside of a bar called Players.
Players. And then we took another picture in front of Players in Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam, yeah. Yep. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that State College, PA, man, that's where a lot of magic happened.
KO and Keith Gibbs used to ball together. Yo,
Yeah.
used to play ball for hours, dude. Back when I had knees. And he still worked and stuff. Oh, man.
Used
Yeah.
to
Oh
dribble.
yeah.
Used to
Yeah.
shoot hoops. And yeah, I had my shoes on. Those were the days.
Hey,
Those
yo, hey, Brian Gibbs said, "What's up, man?" He just shot me a text. Told me to tell you what's up. Oh, man.
I'm glad that Brian Farrow's in this band. I'm so glad. Somebody
Yo.
needs to pull
Yeah.
So, youngins and old folks
it.
band together.
Yeah. Brian, man, look, I'm 33. I have some bad news to tell you. I have some bad news.
I know it's coming around the corner for me.
It's so close.
So
I got one good knee and one bad knee.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
talking about making this album because
Yeah, right.
we were writing a bunch of songs, and then February came around. We were like, we're going in the studio.
And then
Um,
COVID was like, nope.
Yeah, we got 3 recorded, and then we had plans in late March to go back
Yo.
to the studio and record some more. And it was like, can't do that.
Yeah.
Yo, but to tell you, but for real, when we first went into the lab to start recording it, we went and hit the studio in Germantown, and the engineer for that session was Octavius Crowley.
Sure.
Here, here.
And yo, we fueled by Jamaican food,
Oh, such Jamaican food.
fueled by an abundance of Jamaican food.
Oh, it's Jamaican.
When I say abundance, I mean abundance. We got in there and we banged out the first three. And
Three.
they sounded so crisp and beautiful that we were just psyched and ready to go. And it gave us the energy to go and do the rest, even though we couldn't do it physically in each other's presence, because we had rehearsed these songs, we wrote them together. But those first 3 you guys already heard as singles.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
So that was one of them was Freedom that we were recording
Freedom.
in February, and we were like, oh man, this is going to be so interesting to
yeah,
take this song out on the road.
I just realized we recorded that during Black History Month.
Hey.
We did.
Yep. And we thought, man, we're taking this song of racial justice, uprising, liberation, and we're going to take it all through the country and see how people react to that. But before we were even planning to put that song out, the whole country jumped the gun on that.
And had the uprising before we got a chance to drop it
Yeah,
out.
right.
But it was timely, so that's why we went ahead and put it out in Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Yo, do we wanna go ahead and listen to it?
Yeah,
We
let's
should
listen to
listen
Freedom.
to something. Yeah.
Yeah, this is something.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
this
know-
is track 1 off the album. This is
Yeah,
the track that
let's start
kicks
there,
off
let's
the
start there.
album, sets the tone.
And this started off in a rehearsal studio.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I have to tell. We did have Aki and Saltfish.
Yeah, we did.
Of course we did.
You did.
That is my favorite dish there.
You know what? I didn't know about Aki and Saltfish. Thank you, Dolio the Sleuth, for introducing me to Aki and Saltfish. It was one morning we'd come back from some stretch, and you brought Aki and Saltfish into Wrench's place.
Right,
and-
but that is the thing is because every time I spend the night in Brooklyn and I wake up, I have to have Jamaican breakfast. If I'm in Brooklyn, I gotta have Jamaican breakfast. I don't know why. It just has to happen.
Good tradition. It's a good tradition.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we're gonna play Freedom in a second, but I wanted to point out this track started in a rehearsal room in late 2019. We were just kicking around, and Brian Farrow starts playing this traditional fiddle tune, and Dan was joining in with that on the banjo, and I was finding a beat. And Arson and Dolio started kicking around some ideas. Dolio got this inspiration. If you want to tell them about Dolio.
Yeah, I don't know. It just the vibe that I was feeling from what Brian was playing was just like this. It was calling back to the ancestors. It was like my ancestral blood was like starting to boil and tell me stuff. And it was like, yo, you need to make this a new age Negro spiritual for today, and make it about taking charge of the revolution.
Yeah, and part of that has to do with what, like the tune that Farrow was playing specifically. Like Farrow, just like tell us what that tune is and the context around it and what it symbolizes. Because it's just a fiddle tune. It's an instrumental. It doesn't have words, but understanding the context, I think, is really
Well,
important.
it has words. It has words. They're not. No, they're not great words.
All fiddle tunes have like old words that people forget.
Yeah.
Or make up in order to remember how the tune goes.
It's something called the Roaring River. It's a tune refrain from the Red River Valley. It's in this book, Solomon Northrup's 12 Years a Slave. And in the book, it stated that he really enjoyed playing this tune. It was one of his joys when having to go through 12 years of a slavery that he had never lived. He was born a free man, and got himself caught up by a couple of tricksters. So I've just been putting it under my fingers and trying to have fun with it, because I just do that with tunes. I have it under my fingers for a while until I figure out a way that I play it that gives me joy. And Dolio caught the vibe.
Yeah.
Indeed. And it just so happens that my phone was doing a voice memo recording at the time, just on the table there. So we actually captured that moment that Brian was playing that and Dan was joining in, and I got the beat going, and Dolio had the inspiration for the chorus, and he was talking to Randy, and they were figuring out what they were going to do for the verses. We have a little special club going called the Barnstormers that we are making that recording available to, so you can hear the very first moment that freedom was born by joining the Barnstormers at gangstagrass.com/barnstormers.
I like the way you phrase that.
Yep, you get like placenta and everything.
Yeah.
Whole thing. You hear it being
I like Dan. He's great.
spanked and taken.
Well, he's an expecting father, so he can do all that right now.
But here's the final product. Let's check it out.
For years, for decades, for centuries, we have struggled and fought and bled and died for this. What we ain't gonna do is wait.
Last night I saw a bright red comet in the sky. I asked for its purpose and it gave me a reply. It said, Soon come the day master dies, but first you must prepare. Keep our eyes on the prize through the beat of the drum, the light of the fire. We decide to be as free as a bird when it flies, so we ready every axe, sharpen every knife, get our people inside ready and willing to take a life. There'll be none worth saving, soon done slaving, but now we must prepare as usual while we making our plan to reach the promised land of liberation, breaking the chains before the beast them awaken, watching the houses ablaze before they cave in. No more will I please till the sky be forsaken. All praises due, there'll be much celebration. Plantation will be gone by the day's end.
I ain't gonna wait no more to get this freedom. I ain't gonna wait no more to get this freedom.
Gonna take this axe and plant it in your back.
I ain't gonna wait no more to get this freedom. I ain't gonna wait no more to get this freedom.
I write freedom songs for the sake of my fam. Time to be about the challenge. Sitting at the counter to create some counterbalance. Broken windows, folks doing damage just to keep a black man from having a sandwich. Not even that damn famish. Promising Dr. King, hoping I can manage to keep it peaceful in the midst of this evil. It's too much to take. Damn it, I can't stand it. Might be time to go another route. Here come the pigs trying to drag a brother out. Coming with the cuffs, but man, I've had enough. So that fist in the air, just punch him in the mouth. Running through the South, fleeing for my life. Fighting against wrongs cause we needing our rights. But every passing law ain't enough for y'all whose souls are too dark to even see the light. So I
ain't gonna wait no more to get this freedom.
Come on.
I ain't gonna wait no more to get this freedom.
We started on this march, now we gon' tear this mess apart. I said
I ain't gonna wait no more to get this freedom. I ain't gonna wait no more to get this freedom.
I write freedom songs for the sake of the family. Learn from the past, there'll be no more marching. The demon's the same as the day that he darkened the shores of our precious, blessed mother continent. Stole our ancestors and put them on the market. They stayed fanned in the flames that they spark with the evil intentions they've had from the start. If we still have to fight, then we'll tear this apart. Peace will be found with a spear through the heart. Another plan is a brother man in power positions. Sisters in greater control of our conditions. When it happens, I doubt you're gonna listen. But consider yourself somehow a Christian. I'm on the mission to take these levels tilted. Straighten it out for all my elders that built it. Don't care whether or not guilt you feel it's not gonna keep us from the freedom we will get.
I ain't gonna wait no more to get this freedom.
Come on, I said
I ain't gonna wait no more to get this freedom.
Take this system and we kill it, then we flip it and rebuild it. Cause I
ain't gonna wait no more to get this freedom. I ain't gonna wait no more to get this freedom. I ain't gonna wait no more. I ain't gonna wait no more. I ain't gonna wait no more to get this freedom.
My favorite part of that track, Farrow, is that little no. The shout.
I love that.
I had to keep that in there. So.
I'm so happy that you did.
Yeah.
Ah, man.
Yeah, that song, when we finished recording it, I was like so psyched. I had to call my homie L. Connors in Pensacola and let him hear it as Octavius was mixing it. I was just like, you have to hear this. I was like, somebody back home got to hear this.
Yeah, folks back home in Nebraska, they're listening to it, been saying that they dig it a bunch, and that's something special to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just say us country boys get a certain feeling out of that.
Sure. And let us remind all the people watching right now to make sure to post about this album being out. Word of mouth is our marketing program. It's all about you guys spreading the word. Use the hashtag NTFE.
NTFE. No time for enemies.
What else could that mean? NTFE.
Did we look that up? We were
Nope.
optimizing at one point.
We
National,
just decided it was ours.
National Transportation.
Yeah, there is some like expo that used that, but
There's
the
the
last
Network
time,
for Teaching Entrepreneurship.
All right.
there was some expo that was using it on as a hashtag, but the last time they
That'd be
used it was like
NFT.
2016, and I discovered I was like, who else is using NTFE? And I was like, oh, 2016, I don't care about it.
I guess
Yeah.
it's a nickel Teflon finish that you can plate like metal parts with for firearms.
Good.
Ooh,
Teflon.
even better.
Finish
I
and
don't
then-
know the album message.
Yeah. Well, you know, we're all about multiple levels of meaning.
Yeah, man.
But most of us cook in cast iron.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Multitasking.
Teflon
yeah.
free.
yeah. I'm especially proud that my cast iron skillet is older than my grandmother.
Ooh.
Wow.
And you got a reference to cast iron cooking in the album.
I did.
Yes, is it in Nickel and Dime Blues?
Oh yeah, I'm cooking cast iron in a pot. Actually, that's not about cooking in cast iron. That's about actually making cast iron. That's actually
Ah.
what I'm actually is referring to is a crucible.
Uh-huh.
Sorry,
Wow.
you gotta. Yeah, I write in layers, so some things are not exactly explicitly said.
We need a the more you know gift to just blast on.
You
right
do,
now.
you do. I just picked up an old muffin tin, not tin obviously, but a cast iron muffin pan, just the other day. Cleaned that up.
Did you get the muffin pan?
Yes, I got the muffin pan.
Is Dan now the muffin man?
The muffin pan. Yes, I am.
The muffin. Dan got the muffin pan, so now Dan is the muffin man.
That's right.
I like it.
That's right. I've been working on my corn muffin recipe, but it's like it's one thing to make a good recipe. It's another thing to try to make a good recipe using the cornmeal mix is much more challenging because there's too much salt in the mix. I'm finding, and the
Mix.
ratio of cornmeal to flour is also fixed. So I don't know.
What is this? What is this mix we you speak of?
It was cheap, and I thought, what if I find something that works really well? I'm not gonna probably buy it again. I think I'm gonna go back to just making it all from scratch.
Yeah, because it's better, and plus the ingredients for cornbread are not many.
No, there's cornmeal, flour. It's just like pre-measure. I thought like, hey, if it works, sure, but I haven't really found a great recipe yet for it. It's a little challenging.
Hey, I'm winging it with a casserole right now, so.
All right.
Hey,
One of the things we're working on for the Barnstormers is a book of recipes. So
Can it be a book of recipe songs? Do
That's
all
what
the
I-
recipes have to be song form?
at least that's what I've been doing.
I mean, I feel like the book of recipes is basically just the list of songs that are coming, essentially. So we have sweet potato pie.
That's already out.
Yep, already out.
I have
You
one
can
that
find on
I
YouTube.
wrote one for sourdough.
I would like to hear that. Ready for the sourdough one. Yes. Farrow can make up one about a casserole, about making up a casserole as he goes.
We gotta get that peanut brittle track going.
We definitely need the peanut brittle track.
Oh, yes. Don't worry about that. That's the peanut brittle track though is going to be more symphonic, and it's going to have a structure of basically like it's going to be real time for first of all. So it'll be like 25 minutes long. And of that, most of it is just going to be like low string section, like sort of bubbling and simmering. And then there's going to be like a 15 to 30 second banjo solo right at the end of just like, you know, everything. And then it'll just be maybe a 5-minute denouement right at the end just to pour it and cool it. I'm ready to do that right now. I will.
Banjo solos. I got a new joint for my brother where you at Volume 2. Dan, you're gonna love, man. I'm gonna send it to you. It's Big Daddy Kane joint called "Set It Off."
Okay.
Another Big Daddy Kane. Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Look, I know today is all about No Time for Enemies, but I want to say a word about My Brother Where You At, just because, first of all, it's great. Second of all, I think they're very much linked as projects because that same studio where we recorded the first 3 tracks of No Time for Enemies, we also recorded the entirety of My Brother Where You At previously, like not long previously. This was like January of this year.
And the whole thing was filmed.
Same videos, same engineer. Shout out to Octavius.
So
J
it's
Black
all,
Lab, Baby Black. It's good, homie.
You know what we should do? Dual album, My Brother Where You At, No Time for Enemies. Because I just feel like they're so linked. They're different, obviously, but there's very, very spiritually connected. Anyway, I wanted to say about it, it's a great project, and even this morning, when a couple of us had an interview on XM radio,
your man was excited about that,
and they were playing a track off of that mixtape project.
Yeah, the boy Nick was real excited about that.
He was like digging it heavy.
He was about that, man. He really was about that. Shout out to Farrow Munch.
Yo, I must say, the last show we did in Brooklyn before all of this stuff happened, this whole lockdown situation happened, we got a chance to perform some of that mixtape live.
That was so cool. I was excited that we were going to keep doing that.
Yo, that was so much adrenaline was flowing in that evening. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And by the way, shout out to Lawrence Arnell, who shot all the videos for that. This is actually his new line, the HGH.
Hey.
High grade hustle.
Nice.
What's up?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, not only is he dope videographer, he's also quite a spitter.
Yeah, L got bars, man. That guy does it all. There's a lot of very, very, very dope people involved in the stuff we've been doing lately, and I cannot thank them all enough. This has been an experience. Like, having done albums before, like, you kind of, it's like, but this one feels different. This one, like, was very much more collaborative than the rest, and like all of us sort of building it all together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's nuts, right? Because we're all isolated in this time of quarantine.
Yeah, that's the funny part.
That this was our most collaborative album in some ways, especially considering the videos.
Yeah,
you
right.
know, that's I know, Wrench, you felt that the most, didn't you?
Yeah, trying to make sure it all felt like it was flowing together, while having everybody record things separately. But that's something, that's a skill I got. I can pull that off.
It really shouldn't be understated how amazing that is, because as we pointed out, right, 3 of those tracks were recorded in the studio, and the other 8 were everybody in their individual homes with whatever recording equipment they happened to have at home. And, that was a variety of different kinds of equipment and different setups and different rooms that they're in with different acoustic properties, and all this stuff coming together and trying to get the instruments and the vocals recorded and all of that. And then it all flowed into Wrench. And he managed to turn those pieces into songs where if you listen to that album, I don't think you're going to be able to identify, unless you already know, which songs happened in the studio and which songs happened in Wrench's hands in Brooklyn.
You're absolutely right. I was just thinking about that, the fact that what's new today, because those first 3 singles have already been released, what's new today is all of the stuff, and only the stuff, that we did at home. And you might expect to hear the stuff that dropped today, you might expect it to be like a major disappointment. Like, the first 3 singles were fire, and then the rest of it, they did it at home, and it just wasn't that good, and it didn't gel. But that's not what happened. That's not what happened. It's all an album.
I would never allow that to happen.
No, you wouldn't.
Not at all.
But still, though, you just imagine, like, it could be, I don't know, so much worse. But
well, I think a part of it, a testament to that, is how many times we've played together.
Yeah.
To where, like, I know that when I was recording the stuff, I knew what to say where, because I had done these things with you guys inches away from me hundreds of times. Especially when we do these lockdown live sets.
Other than that, Well, all these projects this year, it's like the most fiddle that I've recorded this year because, fiddle is still my last instrument. It's the last instrument I've picked up. So there's been a lot of me playing fiddle, and for me, it was a little bit tough to not be there in person with y'all to feed off of y'all, and there's bits of gold that Wrench really grabbed onto, which I really appreciate.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, don't forget that earlier this year we recorded with Taj Mahal.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait for you guys to hear that stuff because.
Yeah.
And
I don't know what it's for or what any of it just but we met and did some awesome music, and who knows.
And Brian, you and I will have to have a conversation about this thing.
Yes, that's right. You want to hold that up a little closer to the camera there?
Oh, look at you.
Get a better look at the
Oh.
Hey there, buddy. How you doing? Farrow, nice to meet you, buddy.
Hi, little guy.
Oh. Yeah. Took me a little while to rosin up this bow because it's a brand new bow, but
it'll do that. Yeah, I'd love to. Amato has a violin teacher already.
He had one, and then quarantine happened.
Mm-hmm.
So we may need to be seeking new ones. So
Let's do it.
So it'll probably be you.
Let's do a video sometime. Let's make it fun.
Yeah, we can zoom it out.
So, guys, while you were recording at home, any stories of the struggle to create a professionally recorded album out of house without having planned to do so?
I mean, Randy stepped away.
Yeah, he had the biggest struggles because he was the one person who really didn't have recording equipment at home already, period.
Yeah, I got a full lab here at the crib with, all the mics and boards and instruments I needed. So I had already recorded a few albums here. But Rand, he was the one that had the biggest leap, the biggest learning curve when it came to getting the recording at home set up. But also because we've all have been able to lean on each other. Was it Dan that got him across that as far as how to get through them, how to work the stuff?
I helped him out a couple of times, but he definitely figured it out. And it's nice that really we're only talking about audio here, so and we're only talking about capturing it. Like, as long as he captures anything that's usable, that can all go back to Wrench, and it kind of puts the majority of the workload of sifting through it with Wrench, as it sort of always does. So I guess in a way it's not that different from recording in the studio, but like Farrow was just saying, you lose the opportunity to be recording in the same space with everybody and feeding off each other. Like that's why I prefer live performance to recording in the first place, because live is so much feeding off of each other, and the studio to me is already a step away from that. But it's okay if everybody's there, and then to be isolated, that was the hard part for me, was just like, this is kind of weird. But you already get used to it.
I feel like we set the tone though when we lay down the first three, because when we set out to achieve what we normally do when live, when we put down those first three tracks in the studio, by actually doing it live together in one take first, and then going back and reworking each other's parts, because we did it all once together first,
right?
And then we go back and do it.
That's how we were approaching the album. Our initial approach to it with the first three songs we were doing, that we were going to do the rest, was to really capture it with us in the same space, to build from that.
Yeah, but it did. With it, with that, it set the tone, so it allowed us to kind of be imagining that feel in our minds when we were actually laying it down in our cribs.
Arslan's coming in now on the Facebook chat and said that trying to get a minute to himself was the struggle. I definitely relate to that.
Yeah.
I want to say, we were talking about this a while ago about like the Zoom or the Twitch streams and the team streams and stuff. And Wrench at one point was saying, "Hey, like if your kids, you guys that have kids, like if your kids come in the room, just play it up and like make it part of a natural thing, and like don't get stressed about it." And then I said, and I was trying to be helpful, and I said, "But if you don't want to have them on the camera, and I totally respect that, just just close the door and just keep them out of the room, and then they won't come in, and it'll be fine. It'll be perfect." And everyone laughed and laughed, and I couldn't understand why they were laughing at me.
What?
Yeah, here's the thing. This thing saved many a project.
Yeah, and what is
The
that?
eyeball.
This is the Chaotic Eyeball. And it is like basically a portable vocal treatment. It's this soundproof material wrapped around my microphone here. Hold up. There we go. There's the mic in there. Yeah. And has the built-in pop filter here. And when I use it, it basically locks out all sound in the room. So you can be behind it and not get picked up because that ball's there. So it kind of, and since I usually have, a now 6-year-old maniac, today's his birthday, making a lot of noise downstairs. My studio lab here is on the 3rd floor of my crib. It would normally get picked up if I were to use something that was less of a treatment.
Yep. I do have a story to tell from us starting to try to produce this stuff from our houses and the learning curve that we're going through, because it's true that our son, his job is to be an MC. His job is not to be an audio engineer. And so generally he's popping into the studio and me and the engineers are worrying about all that. And we hooked him up with the equipment, but he had to learn from scratch how the whole thing works, from the software to the interface to the microphone. And he's learning from scratch there. So we're getting him to try recording some stuff and sending me some things. And early on at one point, I don't remember what song it was, but I got a file from him to put into a song. And it was a really big file. And I was like, why is this file so big? And it comes in. Now, when I download a WAV file onto my computer, a lot of times it'll automatically start playing out of iTunes. But I didn't think about that. I just imported it into Pro Tools file I was working in. And it turns out that the file he sent me was 48 minutes of silence. And then at the 48-minute mark, he says, yeah.
So what happened was,
wait. Did you like? Here's the question: did you listen to it for the full 48 minutes?
No. What happened was,
I could see the WAV file was down.
Oh yeah, you looked at the form and stuff.
I could see the waveform, and then at the end there was this little bump, and I was like, "What's that?" So I played at the end, and yeah. But then I stopped that. I sent him a note. I said, "You just sent me 48 minutes of silence." And then I went to work on whatever else I had to work on, right? And 48 minutes later, while I'm working, this voice comes through my speakers. Yeah. Because the iTunes had been playing that track since I downloaded it.
Oh, snap. That's hilarious.
I'd forgotten about it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's great.
and I want to talk a little bit because, I love thinking about this album not just for itself, but also in the continuity of the stuff that we've created. And one way of looking at that for me is thinking about things like sampling ourselves. And so Lisi, and I wish Lisi T was here right now, but DJing, cutting up some of this stuff. So she samples in that track that we just listened to. She has this sample, and it's from Gunslinging Rambler, a much older track that we did.
Oh, it's from Bound to Ride.
It's from Bound to Ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Bound to Ride. Writing premium songs.
Why did I think it was from? Well, anyway, so it's from. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Well, so it's from Bound to Ride. Still an old song, and that's gonna mess me up now. But and it's our son, and it's a sample of him saying "Writing freedom songs for the sake of my fam." And I don't know. I think that's such a cool process. That's like such a big part of hip hop. That's not exactly something that we have in bluegrass. You know, obviously you have like references to old tunes, but not like the technological element of sampling. I just think that that's a really cool thing. I think when you have like an element in what we do that is so good that you're like, I gotta sample that. It's cool as like an acknowledgement of like that thing. That's a cool thing. Let's just take that, do more stuff with it. It's cool.
Yeah. Speaking of which, should we play another track?
Yeah. I want to do like one that's not a single.
I was going to say let's do either Do Better or Ride With You, because those are the ones we've been talking about the most.
Do Better. We've been talking a lot about Do Better.
Yeah, and Do Better definitely does match with the discussion of being at home and recording from home, since that was a kick the can. I mean, that one wasn't even originally on the album list. But...
You know what? Yeah, and if I remember correctly, Sleeves, you were the one that really advocated for it being on the album. So thank you for that, because I hadn't even been thinking about it, and now it turns out to be consistently the one I come back to.
Yeah, it's funny because I also, when I saw it was on the track list, I was like, oh, cool.
Sure, whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear it, I think.
Yep. So this was one recorded from each of our homes. Shout out to all the people listening and watching our Twitch stream early on that saw some of this get recorded. Here's Do Better.
And if you go back to the Twitch too, sorry, but if you go back, I don't know if we've lost all these archives yet. Do we have the archives still?
We have most of them downloaded with us.
So maybe we can even put that stuff out on our Barnstormers or what, but like some people saw us make this track. I just think that's a very cool thing. It's a very cool artifact. Anyway, let's hear the song.
Here.
We all do better when we all do better. You can't get better than that. Yeah, we all do better when we all do
Gangstagrass,
better.
big
Can't
brand.
get better than that.
Check the raison d'etre is to make songs better and take on the effort of doing the utmost. Cause way too many humans are cutthroat. So much stuff that they're doing just so they can get it in and get over on the next man. I'm here to elevate and navigate like a sextant. So we're cruising through the weather. Anything you can do, my crew can do it better. Make songs for you to groove to forever, whatever. Units you choose to measure, night after night, day after day. We bet we get you lifted in the Gangstagrass way. Aloha, ashe, namaste, peace. We're giving y'all dap whatever way that we greet. We stay on our feet in the face of defeat, no retreat. The only thing that breaks is the beat, cause
we all do better when we all do better. Can't get better than that. Yeah, we all do better when we all do better. Can't get better than that.
Yeah, being quarantined, such a foreign thing. Got me home instead of going out, what I'm usually torn between. Normally, I go places I can't afford to be. A father with my income, I gotta be sorta cheap. I know the shit ain't a joke, so please hold your laughter unless you have a really funny meme about this whole disaster. That's how I raise my spirits while I'm staying isolated. I love this time with my kids cause they don't try my patience. And now I get a chance to modify their education, teach them skills so they can navigate a life situation. I'm one of the blessed ones who still works remotely. We gotta show support to all the folks who's getting no pay, cause America still wants your rent and your mortgage. Seems there's no money shortage, so let's hope they stay supportive. But you never know because they profit off the poorest, so don't hoard the resources if you're one of the fortunate.
We all do better when we all do better.
I said don't hoard the resources if you're one of the fortunate.
Yeah, we all do better when we all do better. Can't get better than that.
the elder Elders used to say that if you knew better, you do better, and that's why we do it together. The powers that be wish that me and you sever. Any chance to keep us joined to help us make it through weather or not. We got a paper stack of really huge cheddar over a bunch of certified alphabet soup letters. We can't cooperate, collaborate, and getting by or build something substantial enough to lift us up high as one. The virtue of a nation is increased by example of the treatment it extends to the least of us. Is the value of a life governed by the greedy, or determined to heal the sick and feed the needy? If we reach to our neighbor when the storm is wreaking havoc, then we each have a better chance of fending off the damage. That's a demonstrated fact. Come together as a pack, and it ain't nothing wrong with that, and that's that.
Cause we all do better when we all do better. Can't get better than that. Yeah, we all do better when we all do better. Can't get better than that. Say we all, cause we all do better when we all do better. Can't get better than that. Yeah, we all do better when we all do better. Can't get better than that. Cause we all do better when we all do better. Can't get better than that. Yeah, we all do better when we all do better. Do better, do better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you,
Hell yeah.
Twitch, for providing the platform that ended up creating that song.
That was cool. That was very cool.
Totally. And I just want to say I love that banjo lick that's just like a few bars, the sort of like lead in. That is so choice.
Can we talk about that banjo that I used for that lick?
Sure you can. Of course. Let's see that banjo that you used for that lick. Is this the long neck? Is this the Deering?
Yes.
Yay!
So this banjo, what the heck key is this? Is this an F maybe? Yeah. So anyway, it's this is a super duper low tuning, and I use this banjo on a couple of the tracks. Shout outs to Deering. I gotta reach out to the Deering folks and let them know how much Deering is on this album, because they'll care about that. Yeah, I love this banjo. That's all I wanted to say. It's so cool. I'm gonna
Word
get my
up to
capo and
Deering.
I'll play a little bit.
Word up to LR Bags for the preamps on things. My Lara V guitars and JHS strings. And
I played that Breedlove bass on there. So shout out to Breedlove. I appreciate y'all.
Can we also give a shout out to Paul Wellstone, the late Senator Paul Wellstone?
that's where I got that phrase from.
Yeah, that's We All Do Better When We All Do Better was Wrench thinking back to Paul Wellstone saying this, really simple, accurate statement, and he turned it into this song.
Y'all remember Morgan that came to the show up in New York, where we shot video at that show, last bigger show in New York? What venue was that?
Knitting Factory show?
The Knitting Factory. So my friend Morgan came to that. Morgan, he used to be my boss, actually. We worked for a campaign office, and we were running a campaign for HRC. And campaigning work is I got my qualms about it today, but it's tough, but it's a skill to get out there and convince people to give you money when you first meet them. So he every day he'd just be like, do better. And it sounds like a sales job when I talk about numbers, but we were hitting numbers out there, and it was great.
That's important though.
When you came back with that hook, I was just like, I vibe with that.
All right.
Which lick was that, Sleeves?
It's the one where it's like, where it just like goes right into, just goes. It's basically the very first, beginning. Like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Banjo kickoffs are like their own field of study. There's so much stuff. Is just, there's it defines the rest of the song. Whatever you start with is just gonna be, that's where you're at.
All your licks in that tune, like they're so mellow. Can you bring that? Can you bring that banjo around?
I mean, that's kind of part of why it's one of my favorites, is because like it allowed me to be a chill, get into a headspace. Yeah.
I wonder how much of that had to do, Danjo, with the fact that yours, if I'm remembering correctly, yours was the second piece, right? So you were going just right on top of Farrow's bass line, and that was it, I think. I'm pretty sure that's right.
Yeah, it might
Farrow
be.
laid down, and that was all. So you just kind of went. Am I remembering that correctly?
I think you're right, and I think it was. You're right that I was responding to Farrow's. Like, everybody has a different step in the creative process, because we've done a bunch of these kick the cans, and like I think I started one of them, and then one of them I was responding to a beat, and one of them I was responding to Farrow. So like it affects where you are in the creative process, and all I had was this cool bass groove, and I was just like, cool, all right. There's not a lot of structure that's really forcing me to do a particular thing, so I can just kind of explore a little bit and stay free with it. And it's a great key. What are we in? C, I guess? I forget what this banjo, I keep forgetting what it's tuned in, but it allowed me to use this to break out this low tune long neck, and just it's an unconventional place for me.
Got the long neck on the album.
Yep.
How many different banjos are on the album?
I think at least my 3, but we can't
But
forget
we also
Kaya's banjo. And honestly, I think a missed opportunity not to have Justin Harrington, aka Demeanor, also play banjo on the album.
Yeah.
But you can only
Reference
get
the
somebody.
banjo.
You can only, yeah, that's true. He is shaped like a
Built
banjo.
like a banjo.
So that's good. That's one of my favorite lines, of course. Shaped like a banjo, hips and a handhold. See, like that. No, I love that, man. Dude, such a cool dude. Some of the references that Dolio was thrown in for North Carolina, which is where Demeanor is from.
Actually, can we play Go U100?
Sure.
Because I feel like that's
Dolio,
one that
you're
maybe...
muted, buddy. I don't know if you're trying to... Or your mic's off?
Who, me?
Nah, Dolio. He was trying to say something. But... Nope.
Huh.
Oh. Darn.
By the way, Hadley Krenkel on the Facebook stream says that the NYCO, the Knitting Factory show in NYC, was one of the best live shows they've ever seen.
That was like bottom 30% for Gangstagrass.
No, that was one of our best shows ever.
It was a great show. It was a great show.
Sweet. It was pretty sweet.
It was such a good show. We pulled out so many stops for that show.
Yeah, we'd been looking forward to that one for a long time. We're really excited about that show, and to be able to do the stuff from My Brother Where You At. But one of the things that Wrench has been talking about, and that we often really appreciate about those live shows, is that in various songs, Randy will just freestyle, and he'll freestyle about what happened that day. He'll freestyle about, somebody whose birthday it is in the crowd, and, the city that we're in, the roads we were driving on, the stuff we've seen, definitely the food we ate that day. So, every show has these aspects that are totally tailored to that show. And it's a really, so every show that you go to, Hadley, come on out to every other show and see how also awesome and totally different it is.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
yes.
All right, yeah. I think I had too much power being drawn from my USB hub since I added this new lighting. It's like
it's lights or sound. You can't have both.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
What my doctor told me.
Deal with the fluorescent here.
Yeah. Were you trying to
I
say
was
something?
saying, It was about Demeanor.
Yeah.
We first got a chance to rock with him at Motorco in Durham, and we beasted it out that night. And so I was like, you know, knowing he was from North Carolina, I definitely had to throw some North Carolina references in. And I mean, however subtle they were, because I'm not sure how many people caught that part.
Do we remember who the lady MC that joined us on stage?
Oh yeah, for the last track, we got somebody from the crowd up to drop a verse, and she murdered it.
Randy would remember. Darn it, Randy, if you're on the Facebook chat, who was that at the Motor Coast show in Durham when Demeanor was with us, and also this lady from the crowd? Because he talked to her, he got her like name and info.
Yeah,
that was so cool.
I'm following her on Instagram, but I know it's TA something. I'm not sure if it's Tamar or Tajmar or something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that. I think I'm following on Insta too.
Can I say though, that is one of the best things about our shows is that, and like this is authentically, like you can tell that this is actually something that we do live. We don't just like plan it. Like she's not a plant, because like we can't even remember like who she was or anything. It's literally some random person out of the crowd. At a lot of our shows, we'll just open it up at the end of the show and just say like, are there any MCs in the crowd? And maybe we have an idea that there will be somebody. It's not like we're just asking random people. Sometimes we'll get random people, and like it's somebody who thinks that they're an MC that really just like badly memorized the first couple of lines off the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That happens, you know.
Actually,
First couple lines.
I remember
the whole
that
thing.
He did the whole thing.
Okay, he did do the whole thing. To be fair, he did at least do the whole thing. But still, though, we have like breakdancers come up. You never know what you're gonna get, and that's such a wonderful thing for me. Yeah. You know,
especially when you don't know what you're gonna get, and somebody comes out of the crowd, and then they just bust out, which is an amazing rhyme, freestyle, whatever, and the crowd is just blown away. Like somebody's put out of the crowd to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so what do you? Oh, wait.
Yeah, so let's.
Farrow?
We had a cellist that came up once. What, in Virginia?
West Virginia, and that's my buddy Nico, though. So
yeah,
he was a plant.
He was a plant.
He was a plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, good dude too. Yeah, he's currently playing with the Jacobs Ferry Stragglers on bass now. But yeah, terrific cello player, really a force.
And shout out to West Virginia. That's definitely one of our favorite places to play.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I've been playing out there since with the Hackensaw boys when I was playing with them, and West Virginia has always been kind.
Yes.
Shout out to the Purple Fiddle.
Purple Fit,
Yes,
Thomas,
indeed.
West Virginia.
Thomas, West Virginia.
Oh, speaking of that show, Beth on Facebook asks, but did he do the secret second verse from the pilot of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Oh, somebody knows what's going on.
No.
See, that's how you know when somebody's real, is if we were just talking about the Pokemon theme the other night, like if you know about the second verse of the Pokemon theme, like there's all these themes that are only first verse, but then there's like a secret second verse.
Yeah, kind of how like if they got the album, they found out about the rest of the verses in This Land Is Your Land.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh shit.
I was thinking maybe that would be a good one to play tonight and talk about how that track came to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are we about to hit them with?
Let's hit Go You 100, and maybe it makes sense to make This Land the last song of the evening, since it was the last song of the album. We can talk about it a bunch beforehand.
Yeah, I want to talk about it a lot beforehand, for sure.
A lot beforehand. Yep.
Okay. So Go You 100. This is one that will be good if we'll have Lucy T. DJ on this come on and talk about the process for these, because this was definitely one where I took something to her, and it really was, meant to feature how she was cutting some vocals. I mean, it's really, practically like the hookiest hook of the song is how she cut these vocals over it. So that came out really cool. Ride with You. No. Go You 100.
No.
Go you 100. Come on, show me how you do that. Go you 100. It ain't a party at all. Go you 100. Come on, show me how you do that. Go you 100. Gotta be every 100.
Yeah. You know what to do. Gangstagrass got the flow to get your bust to move. All that is left yet to do is just to choose. Instead of standing on the wall like you're such a prude. Plus it's rude, I'm just playing. No, I ain't. Get your ass on the floor and start doing your thing. Get into it with a thirst for life. On sight, too right like the first to flight. Got the specs on, gleaming with a burst of light. These beats set to put in this some work tonight. Cause the plan is to keep it in lesser than 100 grand. 100 bands on it like a stage with 100 stands. Gonna stand on it, put a grown man on it. Electron circling the nucleus, jam on it. Do a product of the whole damn can on it. Load up every base and we gon' hit a grand slam on it.
Come on, show me how you do that. Go 100. It ain't a party at all. Go 100. Come on, show me how you do that. Go 100. Gotta be at 100.
100. Let's go.
Drop that like a drop on. We was in the Civic, we was riding shotgun, looking for somebody to get me. I think I got one. She look good at all angles, she an option. Out of 10, she 100. I'm demeanor, you can call me Justin. I don't really dance, but I can get adjusted. Built like a banjo, hips in a handhold. Follow her anywhere like Greta and Hanson. And she think I'm handsome. I shoot my shot and it's caught like an animal. Beauty come in all different shapes, so don't even gotta shake. But she moving that way and it's too hot to handle. Turns up and I think I got a reason. Quarantine turning into Gangstagrass season. When it's over, I'm in the spot like a sleuth. Looking for a girl to like old fiddle tunes.
Come on, show me how you do that. Go 100. It ain't a party at all. Go 100. Come on, show me how you do that. Go 100. Gotta be at 100. 100.
I said this to Farrow as soon as I first heard the cut of that track. I love what he did on fiddle there. I love it.
Yeah.
That whole
there's one bit of hip hop production cut and paste job, which is at the end of each chorus. There is this little fiddle thing, which was something that he did once at the end of a take. And when I heard it, I was like, I need that at the end of every chorus.
Yeah.
Copy paste, copy paste, copy paste.
And honestly, I was just about to say, like, I forget like where he got that from. And when I heard it in the track, I was just like, that's dope. I don't know which part he got that from, but I like that he put it everywhere.
That's an example of never put it in the resume if you don't want it to end up being your job. Like the remote submission thing means that like I never delete anything. I just send Wrench like the raw everything. And then there was one, I think it was in working on that chain, there's like this little vocal sample and I was like, oh nice, that's cool. Did Farrow add that? And he was like, no, you did. It was just like soft in the background in your take, and I took it and turned it up and put it in there. I was like, oh yeah, sure. I guess.
That's that producer mind, man.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's
Mastermind.
Yeah. But I just keep talking about, we keep playing the long neck banjo stuff. But I just like, this is. You know, that's so fun to me. That's so much fun.
Yeah. And that's a cool mode too. That song is in.
Yeah. Yeah, it suggests, it sort of suggests a lot. Like it takes you to a slightly different space than a lot of, I don't know. I feel like I would find a way somehow to say, oh, that's a really unique track about all the tracks. Because everything has something about it that really sets it apart, you know? And the challenge, as you say, is like, how do we gel that all together? How do we make it all feel like it's all of the same album? Because they're all really individual tracks.
Speaking of which, should we go ahead and throw on Ride With You?
Oh,
yeah.
It's time. It's time.
That's all I have.
I think after that, I would like to hear What I Am.
Yes.
Oh,
Are we just gonna play everything, or
yeah.
that's how it's gonna go?
Well, let's play
I
all the
don't
stuff.
know.
We don't need to play the
Well, no,
singles. The singles have been out for a while,
Right.
but we need to play the new stuff.
No,
Yeah, definitely.
before we got on here, I was already prepping this food and listening to the album. So thanks.
Okay, well, so the question is, do we want to play What I Am before Ride With You, since what on the album What I Am comes right after Do Better?
It don't matter.
I mean, we already broke it up with a lot of talking, so it's not vitally necessary that we follow album order.
Yeah, I mean, we could even talk about What I Am before we play it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's do Ride With You, then What I Am.
Yeah.
Okay. This is starting off. Yeah, I don't know how I ended up with this little like chiptune like Nintendo sound in here, but I ended up just liking having that around and had it as the intro for everything to come in on. And yeah, everybody nailed it on this. The verses are so perfect for the song, and all the parts came out good. And I just feel like this was ended up being a great song, I think, for the moment in terms of trying to find stuff to get through 2020. And I started working on this hook in early 2020, like January. It was In the Future is a Bumpy Ride, and I had no goddamn idea that it would be that bumpy that quickly. So
yeah, I mean, we wrote it. I mean, I think we wrote the verses like the night that you gave us the hook, because we were in my wife's studio that night.
Yep.
Just banging it out right there in the paint shop.
It's rare for a Gangstagrass song, a modulation. It changes key for the second verse.
Yeah.
Which was a nice thing that just came out of a little jam there in that rehearsal space of Dan and Farrow just trying all kinds of crazy stuff, and that one really worked.
And you know what? I was thinking about that modulation, and you think about like I was doing sort of my music theory analysis of this album, and thinking about keys. The album starts off in G, and it ends up in B flat for the last track.
Mm-hmm.
And Ride With You is an interesting song because it starts in G, and if you think of it as like G is the present where we need to be doing this hard work, and then B flat is sort of this optimistic future we can get to.
Mm-hmm.
It starts in G, modulates to B flat a little bit to give us the taste of that, and then it modulates back to G to just remind you like, okay, we're going to get there, but we're here now and we need to be doing the work now.
Right.
I just thought that was an interesting movement within the context of the whole album.
I have definitely been planning that for years.
I hear you, man. Definitely. But all that said, I really want our next album to start with B flat, just as a link to where this one left off. That's just where my brain goes with that.
Well,
yeah,
I've been with it.
Yeah, I've been dying to start putting more trumpet in the stuff. So.
Oh yeah, dude. What if it just started with solo bugle call or something? Just make up a bugle call,
well,
and then.
My horn is right here.
Oh man, that makes me extremely excited.
We could also do a song where everybody plays fiddle.
Yeah, or
that
everybody
is true.
plays bass guitar.
Since we all have basses and now we all have fiddles.
Yeah.
I just need to get another banjo.
All right, so let's hear how that goes.
Ride With You.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, the future is a bumpy ride. I wanna ride with you. Finding monsters till we die. I wanna ride just as long as you're by my side. I wanna ride with you. I got a freak flag and I'm gonna let it fly.
Come on.
I wanna ride with you.
Yeah. Come on.
I wanna ride with you.
Come on, let's ride.
I know I'm ready for the leap. Started out with a little, yeah, barely had a heat, but what we had kept a belly full of eats. Just a short slip away from being belly on the streets. Hard scramble over grits, jelly on the wheat. Unabashed with a drive to keep our family on our feet. Hard work raising youngins in the belly of the beast. To be sitting around the table getting ready for the feast. It wasn't easy and it wasn't alone, but we still got a long road to hoe on the road. So what gets sold gets the water to grow, and the sunlight to get the harvest ready to show. So it goes, the dough whatever served on the menu. To react with situations that you've been through. We can still get through like we got through. We are not through, just know we got you.
Future is a bumpy ride. I wanna ride with you. Finding monsters till we die. I wanna ride just as long as you're by my side. I got a freak flag and I'm gonna let it fly.
Let it fly. Come on.
I wanna ride with you.
Come on. Let's ride.
The creatures might be coming to get ya, but I'm here to slay monsters like Geralt the Witcher. And I'm here with ya, that's all she wrote. Tight like a fat couple caught up in coach for my bros and my blokes. Mamacitas y amigas, yes, all of my folks. If the whole world starts to go up in smoke, we're riding together and we're going for broke. But I'm trying to make sure that don't happen. Climb on this boat with me, ride with your captain. Maintain yourself in an orderly fashion. Calm and collected, but I still need your passion. This is a call to action, packed with exact facts. Building more bridges than you will with a hashtag. Big dog barking, send the fat cats running. Revolution coming now, ain't that something?
Future is a bumpy ride.
Come on.
I wanna ride with you.
Finding monsters till we die.
Come on.
I wanna ride
Just
with
as
you.
long as you're by my side.
I wanna ride with you.
I got a freak flag and I'm gonna let it fly. High, high.
Come on.
I wanna ride with you.
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 You.
Yeah.
You.
I love that song so much.
It's easy. I started cracking up in the middle there because of a friend of ours, Tanya. She's on the Facebook comment section tonight,
Forebodings.
and she uses Siri to do voice to text comment on things, which sometimes gets it wrong. And she was trying to say my favorite song, but her comment was, "Woohoo! My forebodings, my fabodings."
It's our forebodings too.
See, I actually thought that was just new slang.
Yeah.
It is now.
Foreborgling.
Fabobings, that's the new joint.
That's going to be the song in B flat that starts the next album.
Fabobings.
Yeah.
Forebodings in B flat.
Yeah.
Kids these days with their slang.
Orgies.
One time her Siri mistranslated something in the comment section, and she ended up telling us to keep having orgies.
Yeah. It was really heartfelt too. What was the funniest part about it? She was just like, "That's what I like about you. You're always trying to look out for orgies," but she was trying to say like trying to look out for others.
Yo, yeah, Delilah Black just popped into the chat.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I live in the house.
Yo, she's been making serious moves on the other side of the pond, yo.
Yeah. We got to get back there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Beth Davison made me ask actually earlier. She was like, "Yeah, it's 2 a.m." and I'm kind of wondering if she's over there in that time zone too. Is anybody watching from the UK or beyond right now?
Well, Delilah is.
Beth.
Yep. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we got some folks over there. But yeah, if y'all get a chance to go and check out Delilah Black's art, her work, her music is banging.
Yeah. Early on in the stream, the YouTube comments, people were shouting out Brazil, France.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I've been having, I've been reading a lot of stuff on Twitter in Portuguese and Spanish and French this past couple days.
We got Daniel Swider from UK.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. So what's up, world?
Oh, looks like we got somebody in Ghana.
Yeah, I was wrong. Beth is not in the UK. I just noticed that she said it was super late at night, so I had assumed. My bad, Beth.
Uh-huh. But what's up, the rest of the world? We're here in Crazy Town, and we're trying to get through things and bring you some music. And
you take me to Crazy Town. You take me to Crazy Town.
New Gangstagrass cover on the way.
Yep, that's what we're about. Now it makes sense that she'd be in Ghana because the way that she was talking about the time over there, I was just like, well, that wouldn't be the UK time zone. It would be somewhere, maybe, or is that actually? No, it actually does line up.
Yeah.
I don't know my longitudes.
Yeah, same time zone there.
Yeah, Ghana's like.
I mean, what is time? Time has been around since before the dawn of time.
That's right.
Now, what is clocks?
What is clocks?
What is clocks? Rainbows. How do they work?
But who
was it? Was it magnets? I can't remember. Magnets. That's what it was.
They work.
Gotta go back to my ICP catalog.
Yep.
Insane Clown Posse?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Did you miss that track?
Yeah.
It was so
Miracles.
Brilliant.
Miracles.
Ryan, I see miracles every day.
Somebody's out now. They're talking about back. We're somehow back to castrated roosters.
All right, yeah, you're absolutely right. And now we're gonna pause on the Gangstagrass album and segue over to play you an Insane Clown Posse track.
Are we?
Yeah.
No,
We need you guys to get down to Jacksonville, Florida once things get back to normal.
Are things ever normal in Jacksonville, Florida?
That's what Stephen Kennedy is saying. Yo, that's one of the few states we have not played in is Florida, which is crazy considering I'm from Florida.
Can we talk about the idea of normal in Florida, though?
Look, here's the thing. I am a Floridian, born and bred, several generations deep. Like my family has been in Florida since before it was a state. Normal in Florida is, I guess, what the rest of the country would consider abnormal. So many emergency room visits start with the words, "Hey, check this out." And I think a lot of it, the legends of Florida man is true, all of them. But I also don't want you to overlook the existence of Florida woman.
Absolutely. Florida dog's got some good stories too.
Yeah. So anytime you see something outlandish as a headline coming from Florida, just remember Florida.
That's true. However, not all outlandish headlines come from Florida. In fact, there's
German
a fun
is
game,
good too.
And there's a fun game you can play just within the U.S.
Right,
called
Florida,
Florida or Ohio.
Ohio.
Oh, true that. Yeah, they also we used to have Florida or Germany, which was a game that started in Florida. Actually, in my hometown, it was started.
But with I don't know if it's the same, but with Florida or Ohio, you look for mentions of like if they throw a dog through a drive-through window, it's probably Ohio. But if they throw a gator through a drive-through window, then you can tell that it's Florida.
You see on the Twitch stream, Wausau on the Twitch stream apparently was in college with somebody that threw the gator through the Wendy's window.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah, that one's from
Wait,
Tampa.
the question is which guy? Which Wendy's window?
Yeah.
For a little while, that was like a thing that people did.
That's way more hardcore than throwing milkshakes through drive-thru.
I was gonna say the next time I get a milkshake thrown at my face, I will think to myself, "It's not a gator."
Plus, it's one of the few places in America, few places on Earth where you can either be eaten by a gator or eat gator.
I think we are all forgetting about Louisiana here.
Or be eaten by a gator while being observed by a guy whose name is Gator while wearing a pair of gaiters.
Yeah.
And he's drinking Gatorade.
Also a product of Florida.
Is it really?
Yes, Gainesville, Florida.
Oh,
The
because it was
sports
for
team
the
there
sports teams, right?
Yes,
Gators.
The college
University of
teams.
Florida, Gatorade.
Well, yeah, I've been to. You're just reminding me of going to Baylor, Texas, where they have the Baylor Bears, and they also have Dr. Pepper. Those things aren't related, except that they have a habitat for bears on campus, and at the habitat there's a frequently asked questions list about the bears. And one of the frequently asked questions is, why can't we feed Dr. Pepper to the bears anymore?
Frequently.
Anyway, let's move on.
So yeah, Ashley asked, "How do you even grab hold of a gator to throw it through a drive-through window?" Remember, gators come in a lot of sizes.
That's right.
And for a while, one of the favorite pets was baby gators.
Beth just said, real tight.
I think we might want to start marketing a gator slingshot apparatus.
Ooh.
Okay. So
Like a
speaking
lawn,
of which,
like
let's
almost
talk
like a
about what
super
I am.
soaker. Yeah. And what you are is not a gator. No, stop.
Yeah. So anyway, speaking of our new album,
Yeah. Yo, I love that song because I got to open up by saying I am fire-breathing thunderclap.
I love that. Dude, I love that line.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yeah, that song's got great flow.
I was thinking about, I don't know, and I forget when I started working on this idea, because I had kicked this around for a while, and I kept being dissatisfied with it and saying, I don't know, it's not ready. And the MCs in particular kept saying, no, it's fire. We should go with it now.
Yes.
And I was just like, I don't know. And I had to write a verse. I had to do something with it. And I was just thinking about, like, you know, like you get frustrated sometimes with a lot of this conversation about genre. Like a lot of these reviews are talking about how like we as a band are trying to get away from like different genres of music, bluegrass and hip hop, or white music and black music, which is part of what we do. But part of that is really just about saying like, don't try to define me. Don't try to say that what I'm doing is wrong. And at the end of the day, you know, we are who we are, and whether that is convenient for you or whether that fits with what you think that I should be doing or whether you understand it or not, that's, you know, we are who we are and we're doing what we're doing. And I get frustrated with that sometimes, and that's really this, for me, that kind of came from that place. So,
Yo, but I know that when you sent, I know for a fact when you sent the reference track, I sent a reply in like 45 minutes of an entire verse. I was like, oh hell yeah, let me.
I love that.
Yo, yeah, I love that. It let me get in my bag. It was, yeah. Let's hear that. It's a good song.
What I Am, track 10 on No Time for Enemies.
I am what I am. I am what I am. I'm a fire-breathing thunderclap, slipping in the vapor ride. Silver lining of this cloud is something that's electrified. Strike and leave you petrified, sharp enough to catch the eye. Can't deny the flavor with these rhymes up in your face, cause I'm a 6-foot axe-wielding lumberjack that chop a tree. Pay attention to the words you say and when you talk to me. Cool, calm, collected, cause the fire isn't what you see unless you give it fuel enough to burn you up properly. I am what I am. I'ma be what I'ma be. The realization of my ancestors ever rise this dream. Boiling kettle full of steam, high-powered laser beam. Wanna find out what it means, then catch it when I spit your beam. Kick it mean, wicked team. Break it on down when I hit the scene. Flip this team, get this cream. Nickel stick and crispy clean. Spit this thing, shine it on up for the silky sheen. Heavyweight bang when I tip that beam. It ain't no in between. I'm in. Oh, I will. Way I talk, the way I walk, the way I do my hair.
see me in the street. Don't know why I'm here. I don't owe you any explanation. Let me make one thing clear. You may not like it and you may not understand. But I am what I am. You may not like it and you may not understand. But I am, but I am.
Coconut scented with mango flavor. The beat bangs while the banjo plays. On a mission for substantial papes and lay up on a vacay in San Tropez. My lady sipping the Tanqueray. Pass me the OJ, cause it's the time that I rule the world like Coldplay. Trust me, I don't play. Really? You don't say. I'm not sure you know who you fucking with, Snowflake. Buttery as Lando Lakes, hair blowing in the breeze like Lando's cape. Make sure you get your mans on tape, cause you don't wanna miss a single word that Rand's gonna say. You're just a gram away. I'm bringing tons of fun like Christmas Eve on Santa's sleigh. Quit slouching, boys, stand up straight. I'm here to set your mind free, emancipate. Come on. Not a stereotype type black dude lying in the winter you count as cat food. Give me a wine, I'm rocking this town. Set it on the wall, let me knock it down. Shocking sound, rocking clowns. Do me in the back and knock it down. Rep Philly every longitude, latitude. Place that raised me and gave me my attitude. No placate, no platitude. Give my seat my undying gratitude. Ain't a way to knock it down. Hit us end up in the lost is found. No race, ain't no breaks in the track to the lead. I'm back to stop it now. Let me on in, I'm rocking this town. Set them on, we gon' knock it down. Shocking sound, rocking clowns. Do me in the back and knock it down. Ain't no way you can keep it down. Haters end up in the lost is found. No race, ain't no breaks in the track to the lead. I'm back to stop it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that track grew all the way on me.
That was a lot of fun to do, especially when we were writing it.
Hell yeah.
I remember where in the studio, like where in the floor plan of the studio we were when we wrote that.
Burned into your brain.
Yeah.
Our buddy Tom Norwood from our Portland crew wants to clarify thunderclap or thundercat.
Thunderclap.
Okay.
Thundercat's cool too.
That'll be another track. Definitely got to get Thundercats on one of the tracks in the future.
Yeah.
Are Thundercats not already on a track? I feel like, I mean, not this album, but really? Nowhere?
No.
Fascinating.
I don't know. What the fuck is a samoflange?
Samoflange? What?
Is it for bootings?
I didn't really grow up with He-Man as much, so all these references to Skeletor, for me, I just feel like Skeletor is like a low rent Mum-Ra.
Yeah, it's along the same lines.
I mean, well, I think it was the same toy company.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm all about Mum-Ra. I'm not
But
really.
Skeletor came before Mum-Ra, actually.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
You know who'd have great things to say about this?
Randy.
We miss you,
Yeah.
dude.
It's true. Yeah, come back, man. Tell us about Vehicle Voltron one more time.
Speaking of Thundercats,
remind me next time. Remind me before the team stream next time. I will go to the basement and bring my Voltron out of.
Ooh, bring the Voltron.
Yeah, that thing is decades old and it's down. I have all 5 lions and the blazing sword. I lost the shield though.
And Boulder Jenny on the Twitch stream said, Thundercats, ho, which actually reminded me, I can't believe I forgot about this. But I spent a lot of time here by myself with these tracks, cutting the different takes together of everybody and just, polishing things up to make sure everything was super tip-top 100. So some of these songs I heard many, many times earlier this year. And there was a point while poring meticulously over Hard Times Come Again No More that there's a point in each chorus where they say, ho, hard times come again no more. And I would just say Thundercats right before they say ho. And it was always just sweet.
You spent too much time in that basement, man.
I wish we just had B-roll of Wrench producing the album. I think that would be amazing.
You can still do that. You can still make that.
I didn't even notice that he put on the glasses.
Yeah.
It's just a thing.
I don't know when he put the glasses on. I don't know if he had them
conditioned
on
us.
all the time.
Materialized.
Yeah.
Oh, can I make a note about the album for all the folks out there who pre-ordered? So just FYI, I'm sure this will come as no surprise to you. You guys were probably thinking this already. But as it happens, production was in fact delayed by the pandemic. So you will be getting your CD, your vinyl, your CD and your vinyl, your big pile of CDs. But they are delayed. So you should have gotten an email today that gave you a free download link. So if you've already pre-ordered, you're going to get that free download link. And if you pre-order now, because it basically still counts as a pre-order because we don't actually have them yet, we'll make sure you get that download link. So keep the pre-orders coming in. And we'll make sure you get the download link so you can listen to the album, and your physical copy will be there just as soon as current circumstances allow.
Do you think all those sales are going to chart in the week that they ship, or
They are the way that works, yes, is that they all count when they ship. So the more pre-orders we collect, that's they'll all ship whenever we have the CD.
Bunch of pent-up pre-order energy.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, folks, when I'm talking about this is a little like how the sausage gets stuffed into the
how the sausage
casing.
charts.
Yeah. So basically, the part of the reason we put all this emphasis on pre-ordering for the release is because the charts they count those numbers by week, and so if there was 1 week when a whole bunch of sales went through, well, that's the week when we're gonna have a really good chance at putting an album on the charts. Now, in a normal year, we might spend, 18 to 20 weeks of that year on the chart because we're awesome. But we're always trying to get that good pre-sale because who knows? Like, what if we debut the album at number 1? What if we did? What if we did that? That would be cool. So that's why we're trying to do that.
Yeah, that number 1 spot is elusive.
Yeah, number 2. We had number 2.
Yeah, we got the number
3,
2.
4.
Number 1, we still haven't got a chance to do yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I have some interesting news for you guys, by the way, though. We did a live set for the Bands in Town stream that is on Twitch, and apparently Polestar, which usually charts live attendance numbers for the records, is charting live stream attendance. And apparently the Bands in Town Twitch stream has many, many views. And their streams are all over that chart. The one that they did, which featured us and Della May. I didn't know Della May was also on the set that night.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I think she was earlier than us.
The group that Celia's in, and
I think it might have been just like Kimber and Avril, but yeah, Della May.
Anyway, that Bands in Town stream featuring us and Della May was number 3 for the
word.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know if we've ever charted a live performance before, mostly because the shows that we play are like in the hundreds, and some folks out there are in the tens of thousands. But,
I could share this. Screen if you guys want.
Yeah, please.
Look here and see if I can.
Share the screen. Let's see these charts.
Give me a second to pull it up and see what this chart looks like.
That's fascinating. Yeah, I had no idea that was happening.
Yeah.
I didn't either. Actually,
I didn't. I don't know. I kind of lost track of the whole charting of how many people were going to the streams when it came to that. That was mostly just we saw the people in the chat room, and that's who we talked to mostly.
Yeah. And that's like how we do it in our live shows too. Like, yeah, it's cool if there's however many thousands of people, but you know, we're mostly interested in the ones that we like. If you want to come talk to us, like we'll talk to you. You know, that's cool. We'll hang out. Oh, what do we got? All right, that's kind of tiny. Can you zoom in at all?
Maybe.
Zoom.
Not
Boom, boom.
doesn't like it.
Wait.
Control scroll.
Is that Opry live stream?
Yeah.
Right above us?
Yeah. So first it's the weekend. Then it's
With
not live.
Old Crow Medicine Show and Dom Flemings.
Yeah,
and
that
Billy
was
Stream.
Billy
I saw that stream and that was sick.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Dom also, I want to put out a word for Dom Flemings. This dude cuts us on album release day. Dom Flemings releases maybe the only thing cooler than our album on this day, today. And he released, has anybody seen this? Dom Flemings just released a wax cylinder.
Oh, yeah.
Today, he released it today. How are you going to do
Wait,
that,
a
man?
wax cylinder?
A wax cylinder.
Yo, you have to like go out and
that's right.
You have to seek out an archaeologist to get a device to play that thing.
Yep.
But if it's Dom Flemings on it, you go and get it.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Dom is an excellent showman. And anytime you have a chance to see him once everything opens back up, go and see him. We've had at least a couple of shows with Dom, and
yeah.
Did that say 400,000?
He gets it in.
Yeah, I'm kind of. Yeah.
Wait, is that a real number?
Yeah.
You gotta wonder about some of these numbers because the
I wonder if a
number
lot
one.
of it, like people being able to tune into it after the fact or something.
Maybe.
Well, the thing is that what gets me is that's 400,000 something, and it's only been a couple days. Like we have videos that have in the millions of views, but it took a couple of years for that to happen.
Right. It's a good point.
This is 4 days afterwards.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's nuts, man.
Yo, thanks for tuning in for that.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Thanks to Bands in Town.
Yeah.
Thank you to that one person who watched it 400,000 times, which is
Yeah, man.
probably Linda. So thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda.
or
Shout out to-
Ashley. I mean,
shout out to Linda for viewing the video 400,000.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. Really appreciate that.
Doing the work.
Thank you to our fan.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to the folks down in New Orleans that I'm seeing in the chat room. We definitely
we're
want to
really
get out there.
excited.
Yeah,
New
it's been a while since we played in Louisiana, but every time we get down there, it's a good deal. It's a good show, good vibe, and of course, a lot of good ass food.
I just want some beignets, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Actually,
get great
I
New
made some-
Orleans food up here, though, at Sweet Nola's in Winchester.
Yeah, I actually made some beignets a couple of days ago.
Of course you did. Did you send those to the food channel? Because,
Nah, I forgot to. We ate them too quick. I'll make some tomorrow. Wait,
You have to eat them
tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's Saturday. I'll make some beignets tomorrow.
Thank you.
Can I say Tom Norwood keeps coming at it. He said, forget Green Day and Hamilton. No Time for Enemies should be a musical.
Ooh.
It is a great musical title.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I like that.
Actually, I was picturing some sort of dramatization when we did Freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we had not been in lockdown and could really make a music video, could have been.
I like your shot, Dolio.
Right.
It's very Wes Anderson inspired for me. Just like I feel like if Wes Anderson directed it, he'd be like, "All right, Dolio, just stand there. Now just bring up the axe." Okay, we're done here. I think. Good day.
Yeah, it's funny when I shot that. It was the day the axe came in the mail. Oh, shout out my uncle just popped into the chat.
Hey.
Hey, you guys, I've gotta head out pretty soon. I'm supposed to be heading over to a friend's place to celebrate this album coming out with a listening party with some folks.
What's
Nice.
up?
All right. Well,
What
so
album?
let's talk a little bit about This Land.
Be safe.
Wait,
Be safe. We'll
what
play
album
this
came out?
land then, and then we'll close
you
this
can't leave the
bad
release party
boy
to
out.
do that. So
Somebody else put out an album too.
Yeah, Don Clemens put out that wax cylinder.
All right.
Wait, so you guys got the wax cylinder and you about to listen to it, right?
You have some hipster friends who have a wax cylinder playing machine.
Yeah, they pull out the Victrola and crank that sucker up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's wrap it up. Let's talk real quick about how your land came to be.
Brilliant.
Oh my God. Who wants to take that one? I do, but who else?
We
Well, Dan, you are wearing the shirt.
Oh, I gotta do it. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes, you are.
Yes. So that shirt was from the 80th anniversary of This Land Is Your Land, and when Gangstagrass was asked, everybody vote, get your absentee ballots. Gangstagrass was asked to join with the amazing Branjay to create a reimagined 2020 version of the song This Land, and it became Your Land, which is the final track on No Time for Enemies.
I think the conversation went this way. Hey, Wrench, the Woody Guthrie Center wants you to... Yes!
Yeah, but let me finish. Let me finish. They want you to, and you're going to work with Branjay, who's also from Tulsa and the Woody Guthrie Center.
Yeah. Branjay from Tulsa, Oklahoma, who is an awesome singer and artist in her own right.
Yeah.
It was great to be able to collaborate with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Branjay. She's doing her thing out there.
Yeah.
So we went to the town hall in New York. This was Friday. It was like the last live show we got to do.
Yeah, mid-February.
Yeah. Saturday, February 23rd.
Yeah, now we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of This Land Is Your Land, I believe.
80th.
No, 80th. Sorry, 80th
Yeah,
anniversary.
The anniversary
Sorry.
of Woody Guthrie writing the song "This Land Is Your Land," and it was a really. I want to talk about that show because
Jeff
and
tweeted,
you can watch. I think some of it's available somewhere, or it will be. And the Who's Who in that show.
Yeah, on NPR.org,
Oh my
I
God.
believe.
It's
you can
it's a
see it.
PBS thing, maybe, or something, and so like Tony Trischka's there with Aoife O'Donovan and Tracy Bonham, I think, Joan Osborne, Jeff Tweedy from Wilco, David Amram was just like hanging out backstage the whole time.
What was the name of the guy with the slide whistles?
David Amram.
Yeah, David, yeah.
Dude is just like a folk guru in the area.
He was jamming with
I see
her.
him at the folk conferences all the time. He's a treasure. A lot of treasures at that show.
Story about Mingus and shit.
Oh yeah.
Plus the theater itself was just a work of art.
Everything about this show was just so historic and momentous, and then we're there doing the song. Like everybody else got to do like, here's a Woody song, here's Traveler, here's Deportee, here's whatever, and we come in and we get to do the song, the whole reason we're doing this show, and it just felt right. That's the only word that I can use. It felt right.
Can I say something about the amount of pressure it was to do that song?
Yeah, man.
At a Woody Guthrie celebration.
Yeah. But in the process, the MCs wrote new verses that really expanded and went into a lot of new nuance about that song and the time we're in now, and just a broader consciousness about singing that song. And Branjay brought a new energy to it, and we got together and we constructed this whole new arrangement of it, and so it was so cool that we brought this whole new version of the song to the 80th anniversary celebration, and then we had it kind of sitting around, and we were like, we got to lay that down. That should be recorded.
I just want to talk about that show though. Like 15 minutes. They said 15 minutes, and we're like, all right, okay, so we got a 15-minute set. I understand that, it's short. And they're like, no, 15 minutes to play the song, and then you get like a 20-minute set of your own stuff after that. So we were trying to fill 15 minutes with just this one song, and so it turned into this multi-part symphonic collaborative like epic. It was an epic. Like Farrow starts off just doing this like solo violin sort of sprawl, and then we bring in the banjo and we start doing slowly getting into we didn't get into the beat until several minutes into the thing. And we just started looping that like that kickoff. You'll hear it in the track, but we were doing this live. We did this live, and we just said like, what if we started with when you start to say like, this land is your land, what if you just did that little part, this land is, and kind of as a question, as an open-ended thing, and just repeat that before you really get all. Don't give it to them all the way,
Right.
And the whole thing, and it evolves, and then I wish Randy was here right now, but we were
So,
even. Yeah.
There's actually somebody in the chat room right now, Philip C. Hawkins. He says that they were at Town Hall when they were there. Oh my God. When we did that. So he said, at Town Hall, everyone in the crowd around me agreed. Your version of This Land was a highlight of the show.
Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yo, seriously, thanks.
Which is saying a lot because there were some other amazing people that I really enjoyed that night.
Yeah, that whole evening was magical.
Huge. Haley Hendricks was there. I'm just trying to remember everybody who was there. It was a lot. It was a lot. Cole Quest was there. Cole got to play with us. Cole is
and he's on the track on the album as well.
Yeah, Cole's related to Woody.
Yeah, Cole Quest Wotante. He's his grandson.
Yeah. Just like a side note, he's also a killer dobro player. So.
Oh hell yeah.
Did we mention Mike and Ruthie in there as well?
Mike and Ruthie were there.
Mm-hmm.
From the Mammals. It was just everything. Jim, what was the piano player's name? I forgot. I hadn't heard of him before, but he was terrific. He was doing like some Dr. John stuff. Of stuff.
He was killing
everything. The whole night was just
the whole night. Like I found myself stuck like in the crowd because every performance was great.
Yeah.
Like I could, and I don't know. I just had to stick around. I've got that whole night downloaded.
Yeah. That's one of those things where like we went near the beginning. And then it's like, you're done. So like, okay, well, I can get a head start on driving home. All right, I'm going to go. See you. Well, maybe I'll just wait for a few more minutes. Well,
you ain't leaving.
No, I don't think any of us left.
Not yet.
It was too much. So should we listen to it? I feel like,
But now we can hear the version that we somehow managed to condense down to under 5 minutes. And but we got a lot of that. We got a lot of that magic in there. So
yeah, including some of the original verses that people don't typically sing in elementary schools.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wait, can we just mention what those are really quickly?
Yeah. So there's two stanzas that were in the original writing of This Land Is Your Land that kind of got taken out of circulation. They're a little bit more radical.
And you might not know them, right? You might not hear them and think, okay, we wrote these new verses. Nope, these are original verses.
These are the ones Farrow's singing.
Right off the top.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
This land is. This land is.
This land.
This land
is your land. It's yours. It's my land. It's mine.
This land is.
This land is your land, or so it's claimed. But when they came here, it already had a name. And the people that they brought here also had the same. Assume the land is yours, but also take the blame for native blood spilled. Tribes that fell ill and became the foundation for this country that was built by the slaves that were killed in the fight for their freedom. Don't pretend that your ancestors didn't need them. So this land made now belongs to all of us. Whatever your race, whatever God you trust. Rural towns to a sprawling metropolis. Every single person that's part of the populace. Sing from the valleys, yell from the towers. Soldiers with rifles, hippies holding flowers. Rebuild the system, reclaim the power. If this land is yours, it's certainly
One bright
ours.
sunny morning, in the shadow of the steeple, by the relief office, I saw my people as they stood hungry. I stood there wondering if this land was made for you and me. There was a big old wall there, it tried to stop me. On the sign it said private property, but on the backside it didn't say nothing, 'cause this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest Yeah. This land was made for you and me.
Yeah, this land jumping off of the kickstand, rolling through the country, walking tall with the big man. Gotta recognize it's a big land, road tripping, building with my fam, it's a big plan. Full of towns, everybody hanging on, still pushing past it all, still standing strong. Shout it out clear, hear the sound of the call, ground, winter, spring, summer for the harvest in the fall. If we all really got a say in this land, then we all really gotta set a stake in this land. For them greedy corporations finish taking the land, bring the water from the lake and lay waste to the land. Think about a place for your fam, where your grandkids find a better place in this land. Don't you find out you ended up wasting a chance to make a path to eradicating hate in this land?
And ramble, follow my footsteps to the sparkling sands of a diamond desert. All around me, the voice was shouting, saying this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land is when the sun comes shining, then I was strolling in the wheat fields waving, dust clouds rolling. The voice was chanting as the fog was lifting, saying, this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me.
Nothing more to say.
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of good comments about people's emotional reactions to the album wrapping up with that. And feels good to have people feeling strongly about what we're doing.
It does.
Yeah.
That's well said.
Yeah, we put a lot of love into this project.
Mm-hmm.
And we're really just trying to share that love with y'all.
Yeah.
A lot of love, a lot of positivity. We know things are not very positive lately, but we hope this carries a message.
Delilah just woke her neighbors up. It's 4 a.m. in London right now, so
spreads the message of get up. The revolution's happening right now.
Right now.
Get up, get out and do something, right?
Yeah, in Eastern American time zone.
Yeah.
But like we there's no time for enemies, y'all.
No time for enemies.
Yeah, the time for the old enemies is done. Their time is done, and they're fighting hard to hold on to what little time they have left. And we're not trying to make any new enemies. We're trying to build.
Yeah.
Trying to come out of 2020 with allies.
That's right. Trying to build.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and accomplices.
Ain't no crime.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a good little album discussion. We'll have some more later after people have listened to the album some more, got more familiar, and can send in some questions and stuff. But thank you everybody for tuning in on this. All of you wonderful people out there. It's good to get to stream with all of you and see you in the comments sections, and keep spreading the word on the album.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, y'all.
Yeah,
sure. Mad love.
#NTFE, and you can put it on every post. Anything that's political, no time for enemies. Anything you're cooking, no time for enemies. If it's
Yeah.
about the album, great. NTFE.
Hashtag NTFE.
It's a multi-purpose hashtag. Just use
It
it
is.
for
Sure.
use it like smoked paprika. You
Yo,
use
and
it in everything.
shout out to Fiona
Yep.
for holding it down for real and spreading the word and doing her thing.
Yep. Shout out to Jamie Leslie, our booking agent, who's booked us on everything so far and not booking us on anything currently because there's nothing to book. And man, we feel that. But
Yo, shout out to Steve
Hutton.
Steve Hutton, our manager, he's been holding it down, doing his thing.
And our new people, Anti-Fragile Records, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And another great thing about that night we performed at Town Hall. It was great to chat with Steve after the show and just hang out with the guy and just chat. Steve's a great guy, so shout outs to you, Steve. Thanks for
soaking up game.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Sinbad.
He's part of the band.
Yo,
yes, he is.
Yeah. Actually, I was exchanging texts with him not too long ago.
That's cool to say.
That's a cool thing. Very good. Very good. Guest track, do you think? On the next one?
Maybe, because a few people. I don't know if you haven't seen Sinbad lately. His show is phenomenal, but he is also quite the musician.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, his hairstyle lately with the mohawk. Yeah,
he cut that off like a few days ago.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he texted Dolio and he was like, "Hey man, you think I should cut the hawk?" And Dolio was like, "Yeah, man, go for it, go for it."
Nah. He consult with me about it. I just saw that he did it. But yeah.
And shout out to all the Barnstormers.
Yeah,
Seriously,
Barnstormers.
The Barnstormers is, one of the major things that's helping us get through this time when there's no gigs for Jamie to book, and and Fiona sending us a lot of publicity, and that's stuff that we're doing for free. So really, thank you to the people who have gone to gangstagrass.com/barnstormers and signed up for any level. The nickel level is only $4 a month, but you're giving that entirely to the band. 100% of that money is going to the band and to making this music happen. So we are so appreciative of that. And if you look at some of the higher tiers, there's a lot of really cool stuff that's coming out. Those first moments of freedom, by the way, those are there in the Barnstormers.
Those first moments of freedom. I
Those
just like how you
first
said
moments
that.
of
That was
freedom.
cool. That was very cool.
And some live tracks from that Knitting Factory show, and we've got a bunch of other live stuff that we're waiting to roll out. So there's lots of good stuff there. And if you go to gangstagrass.com/barnstormers, you will get it all.
Yeah.
And thank you for riding with us.
Thank you.
We appreciate you all, and we can't wait until the time where it'll be safe for us to come out and see you all again with our very own eyes. Because that is
Miss you.
one of the things that keeps this whole thing going, is being able to interact with each one of you and share that love.
Yeah. And if you're not able to support it financially, literally anything you can do to share,
just spreading the
means
word
more
is
than you
enough.
think, because not all your friends know who we are, but we want to just come out of this whole thing hitting the ground running and just have people be like, "Whoa, they blew up overnight," and then have us yell, "No, we didn't. It was 10 years." But you know what? Like, if y'all share it, I mean, there's no limit to how far we can go.
Yeah, I mean, it is not just about part of it is the shameless promotion, but really it's about spreading that love that we put into this, and because what we put into this is the desire to touch hearts and minds with the message, and the farther it spreads, the more hearts and minds get touched, and the more people are motivated to do something to change the world, to make it a better place.
And we hope we're inspiring y'all to change the world and what you do. Remember to on all the fronts, all the social medias. We're staying with you there too.
Yes. And in summary, come over to our side. We have cookies.
We have cookies. Man. All right, y'all.
All right, y'all.
That's a wrap.